got the new iPhone 15 Pro. Do you have yours?
I do.
Yep. And what does this thing have that's important?
It has a really nice camera.
Has a nice camera. USB-C port, right? That's the big change. That's what's important.
That's a major change for sure.
But it's got Wi-Fi 6E, so it supports 6 gigahertz now.
Yeah.
And I did.
Why would you need 6 gigahertz?
A lot of people go to speed, right? Like, so I put a post up on LinkedIn. As soon as I got it, I connected to the ECW336 Wi-Fi 6E access point, and I did a speed test, and I got 1435 down. So that was pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
So I put that up there. A lot of people liked it.
Well, why would you need like that kind of speed for like an iPhone?
Well, that's what some people were asking. Like, why would you need it? Of course, you need more speed because everything requires like more and more network. I mean, iCloud restore backup, downloading movies, podcasts, all that stuff. It's all going to be faster, right?
Yeah.
But in a business environment, the main thing is it's going to give you a better connection, right?
Yep.
That's the whole thing about 6 gigahertz. It's less congested. There's no congestion right now. So if you have like a mission critical application or you just want it to work, then you should move everything to 6 gigahertz as soon as you can. Right?
For sure, yeah. I mean, I'm just now, while you're talking about it, I'm looking at our network here at the office. Granted, there's only like a few of us in here, but there's only 2 devices on 6 gigahertz. And that's me.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you have a fast lane if you're on 6 gigahertz right now. There's not that many devices. All the new iPhones are going to be flooding out into the market, right? So there'll be more and more 6 gigahertz capable devices out there. So if you're going to do an install, you should probably think about Wi-Fi 6E right now.
Yeah, definitely Wi-Fi 6E for sure. You have to think about the refresh cycle, right?
Yeah.
So, if it's a 5-year, I would definitely use 6E, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only really option for like an enterprise kind of deployment. So,
I mean, any deployment.
I'm running it at home and we're running it here, and it's super fast. I will say though, on the iPhone 15 Pro, the distance seems a little shorter. You and I kind of talked about that a little bit, but I'm still tweaking things. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'll put my article over here that I did a full blog post and video on basically speed and distance testing. I did it at close range and then at further range inside the house. And like usually I would test at 50 feet, but with the 6E on the iPhone, I tested at 40 feet because I couldn't connect at 50 feet, right?
Right.
So you're only going to get that 6 gigahertz connection at a closer range. But that doesn't, you're still going to fall back to 2.4 and 5, right? As you move away. And we're kind of talking about this. So one thing that's important is that you create an SSID that has all 3 bands on it. And it has to be WPA3 for you to get that 6 gigahertz connection.
I think that's where you're going to run into problems is that, when you have a mixed environment, not all devices will support Wi-Fi or WPA3.
Right.
So we've kind of already ran into that. So that will be interesting. So at my house, I'll have 2 SSIDs as an example. One's running 5 gigahertz and 6 gigahertz with WPA3, and then the other one's running 2.4 and 5 gigahertz running WPA2, maybe WPA3, but it would be WPA2.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because there's some older devices, maybe it's like like an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever it is, that doesn't support WPA3, so...
Right. So you're going to probably have to create a new SSID for 6 gigahertz and put in, like I have one just for testing. It's just 6 gigahertz, right? But that's not going to be probably enough unless you have a lot of 6E access points blanketing your area. So then you have to create this new SSID that has the 2.4, 5, and 6, so you can roam to the other bands. but make sure it's WPA3.
Yeah.
So that's a little tip there. But yeah, so far it's working pretty good. You have any problems with overheating or anything? I heard there was some issues, but mine seems to be running nice and cool.
No overheating at all. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen that issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
I haven't really messed around with the camera or video, so that's the next thing I'll probably play with. But yeah, I haven't really had a lot of time with it.
Yeah, the camera's, it's always better. It's always the best camera ever. I took a couple portrait photos of my dog, and it came out pretty good. So yeah, that's always good too. All right, so one other thing we want to talk about this week, this mini PC I just got. So I got this Beelink mini PC. These are a thing now. I didn't really know about these, but I needed like a PC for my warehouse area where I could, put inventory in and stuff. And I was using a laptop for a while, but it wasn't a good environment for it. So I started looking at these mini PCs, and I saw a lot of reviews, and there's some really high performance ones that like you can game on. They have 2.5 gigabit Ethernet and super fast SSDs. But this Beelink one that I got, it's really small. I mean, it's like the size of it's like 3 inches by 3 inches. Yeah, I have it up on the screen right now. So it's under $200. This thing has 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gigabit SSD, has Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, gigabit Ethernet. So
that's pretty cool.
It is pretty good. It boots up instantly, and you can mount it to the back of the monitor. So yeah, if you have a lot of like kiosks or something like that, this would be good.
To the back of the monitor.
Yeah, it comes with a mounting kit to mount it to the Visa monitor. So I'm gonna probably do that later. So yeah, pretty good. So if you just have like need a PC for a kiosk or for maybe your kid to use or something, and you have a keyboard, a monitor, a mouse, like this is probably better than a laptop because there's less to go wrong, and you can just toss it out in a couple of years and get a faster one. And keep the monitor and keyboard and get rid of the PC. There's no upgrading necessary.
And where did you buy it? And how much was it?
Amazon, $169. I'll put a link up for that, but pretty good. I'm gonna do a review on that, and I'll post that over here. And I'm gonna see like how the speed is. So far, I did like speed test on that, and I was only getting like 500 meg. It looked like the gigabit Ethernet was maxing out the CPU. But I'll do a few tests on it. I'll see how fast it is. But as far as like web browsing, it's really snappy.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty good.
I haven't
So
seen it. I haven't used it.
yeah, I almost want to get one for like a gaming PC now because they're so tiny and quiet that you could instead of having to upgrade a big desktop PC, you could just buy one of these things, and you can do some upgrades on it, but it's just nice how small and efficient it is.
Yeah.
All right, Brett. So anything else you want to talk about this week?
I don't think so.
We're busy. We got end of month. We got end of quarter. We got to sell a bunch of stuff today. So
yeah. Exactly.
We'll be back next week. Remember to like and